Hello all, this is Mad Racket Scientist again. Today, instead of doing any stringing or anything, we're actually going to be customizing a frame. So this is my current racket. It is a Blade version 8. However, what I want to make it play kind of like Stefanos Tsitsipas' racket, just for fun, just to see what it feels like. So here we go. All right, so now that this racket has the same overall specs, like the weight specs and everything, as Stefanos' racket, we just need to figure out what PSI rating Stefanos plays with. All right, so according to the math I just did, Stefanos Tsitsipas' setup when he used his blade 18x20 and then also used a stiffer variant. So this is, I think, 67 RA. He was at 282.22 PSI. So we're going to convert that down to a 60, I think this is 60 RA. Yeah, 60 RA blade version. And then we're going to incorporate all those measurements in and see what it comes out to. All right, so it's roughly going to be about the same tension with the same stiffness string, Luxon 4G. However, our efficiency rating, and that's just a term I made up. It's based off a ton of different factors with the racket. But anyway, it went up from about 92% to 97%. And what that means is we're going to have less entropy in the frame, which means it's going to be a much stiffer play style. So more vibration, more energy is going to go into our arm and into the ball. And so for high-level players, this is great. For low-level players, this is terrible because it will cause more arm pain because the fundamentals aren't as refined. However, seeing as I've already strung this high, I don't really want to restring it because these strings are also softer. So I'm going to see if this is close enough to keep it in the racket. Also, if you're curious what the setup is, go to my shorts feed. It's going to have a shortener called maximum spin potential and control. I think something of that capacity. I have outlined this and I have the links to the strings in the description. So funnily enough, by keeping this string setup in there, I actually did hit the correct tension roughly. The correct tension is 57.65 to match his racket, and I actually have it at 57.54. So it's close enough in my book. Also, the efficiency rating went down from 97%, which is very rough on the arm, but very powerful. It went down to 94%, which is still a bit powerful, but much easier on the arm. So this setup, he should try it. It'll suit his elbow better. All right, here we are. We're out on court. We're just going to do some court level hitting with both the spin effect frame. So this one. So it's 18x14. And the Stefanos Tsitsipas customized frame. So here we go. It's 28 degrees, so the ball's going to really suck. But yeah, so here we go. So this racket, it's not bad. It has a lot of power and spin, especially with the one-hander. Oh, that was a good one. But the only problem with it I see, and this is probably why, Stefanos is trying out the arrow is on off-center hits. It's really unstable. And it doesn't really have much twist weight to it. That's probably the main reason why. But it really likes to twist and try to yank on you when you hit it off-center. Whereas the arrow does not. So it's most likely the reason why. It's because it's a twist weight problem. A little long. But yeah. So that's my review of the retail version of Stefanos' frame. Oops. Now, if you were to try doing this, you'd probably have to get a version 9, which is roughly the same stiffness, so it'd have the same playing perks,
Also, one thing too, this racket's pretty comfortable. My fundamentals aren't the worst, so I'm not going to feel much in my elbow. And I never really have felt much in my elbow because I'm a little younger, so my elbow is still pretty good. When it comes to durability, ooh, that's terrible. Not bad. But yeah, so if you're gonna try this out, make sure your fundamentals are nice and whippy. Ooh, that was good. Otherwise, your fundamentals are nice and whippy, is definitely a must try. Just because it has tons of power and spin, and I don't really have to try much to really direct the ball where I want it to go. Anyway, cheers.
I broke his string, so this will probably be the last time he lets me use a racket. I didn't shank it, but it broke. It broke right here. Don't know how that happened.
Here, 1 second, y'all. All right. So this is the only, this is the only downfall of this string. Is this has happened to me, I think 4 times now. So see how it's breaking in the grommet wrap right here. So like for me, here, hold up again.
Oh.
It's broken here in the cross. It's broken up here, up here, up here. And most of those shots were just, I was trying to hit a flat shot. And I mean, I have shanked it a few times and done that, but most of the time it's just trying to hit a flat shot. So that's the only downfall of these strings, is if you are a really big hitter, sometimes it can snap like that. This is in the 2nd hour of play. So for this set, it may have been a bad set, but sometimes it can have this problem.
Hello all, welcome back to the lab. We're gonna be talking about the Tsitsipas racket. This is just a closing statement for the video. My thoughts on that racket. This is a spin effect one from the spin effect video. Be ready for that one to come out eventually. I really loved the feel of the racket. When I got good contact on it, I was able to just relax and really allow the racket to lay into the ball and just let it go. And it would go where I wanted it to. Like it just perfect feedback, perfect shot placement, all that stuff. Also, I wasn't using 4G. I was using my spin effect hybrid, or my maximum spin and control setup, which actually paired really well with it. It was less efficient, which made it to where it had less of like a pinging noise to it. It had much less problems with like, you know, being too stiff or anything like that. I had tons of pocketing, tons of spin on it. I think the lower stiffness also paired well with it. Oftentimes having higher stiffness frame with super stiff strings can cause elbow issues. So like you saw how Tsitsipas had to get his elbow, had to get a surgery on his elbow earlier. I think that was a few years ago actually. But so yeah, my recommendation is, if you're going to try it, it's not hard. The setup isn't a bad one. Like, it's not very heavy. It doesn't have a head heavy balance at all. It's actually a really, really light setup in comparison to some other pros. So if you want to try it, go for it. Just make sure you're not injuring your arm. Don't do anything like that. Do it at your own risk is what I'll say. Just because I know some people can overdo it. But my advice is, if you are going to do it, try out your own string with it, just because that's just going to be what you're most used to and what's going to feel the best to your game. Obviously, not many people have access to these algorithms that I use to calculate the specs and how to alter them and all this stuff. And that's because I made them. I made them all. And sometimes I'll use one of Tennis Warehouse's calculators, but it's very rare. Sadly, I can't disclose any of those because they're too valuable to me and what I do. However, it just makes it to where I have a more accurate playing experience, and to where I could show y'all the feel of a racket easier without actually having to buy a $700 racket, which I don't know why anyone would want to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, comment below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, just because it helps our channel a ton, and also it really allows me to further my exploration into stringing and also into coaching, by the way. If you are in need of any tennis lessons or any coaching specific knowledge, go to my other channel, Tennis Pharma. It's spelled tennis and then pharma as in pharmacy. We have all of the basics videos in shorts, so they're 3-minute shorts. Usually they will be in 3 different segments of the short, so the intro, a drill, and or like a slow motion video for some of them. Like I know with the serves we did slow motion. So those are they're really short pieces of information, but they can go a very long way, because we chose to include the basics only, just to help kind of push people in the right direction when it comes to energy transfer and all that stuff. Now we are starting our tennis jargon series, so you're going to see more videos on like really in depth and more science focused on really how do we do these things, how do we augment them, how do we understand what our coaches are trying to tell us at home, all that stuff. So if you want to check out any coaching information, all that stuff, go look at Tennis Pharma. It's a great channel. But yeah, if you have any other ideas or any other questions, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video to support my channel. And thank you. Have a good one.